Are you familiar through your law enforcement experience with the defendant, Jalen White?
Yes.
Jalen White, is it fair to say that he is known to law enforcement there in Port Arthur?
Yes.
Please briefly describe to the jury in what way.
Or to the judge, you said jury.
I'm sorry, I'm so used to jury.
That's okay.
Briefly describe for the judge how it is that Jalen White has come to be known to law enforcement there.
Okay. So in January 24, there was an incident where over 30 rounds were shot, pretty much indiscriminately.
Can you pull that a little closer just so they can hear you as well?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. White was involved in that, didn't cooperate with law enforcement when they spoke to him. Previous before that,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but let's drill down on the firing of those 30 rounds. Where was this, where did this incident take place?
so that was in front of Bechtel, which is in Jefferson City, about 39th and Twin City. Pretty busy parking lot. It was I don't remember the time, but it was daylight.
Okay. But nevertheless, through the law enforcement investigation, Jalen White was somehow tied to or suspected to have been involved in that particular incident.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I stepped on you, I interrupted you. And did he cooperate with law enforcement?
No.
Okay. Please continue. How else is he known to law enforcement?
Previous before that, in July of 23, 901 Main, Bill Main apartment complex, somebody called saying numerous shots were fired. Officers get out there, spoke to a couple people they didn't want to talk, but found a vehicle that was shot 15 times. Found the owner of that vehicle, spoke to her. Reading the officer's reports, Mr. White was loosely involved in that one too. Officers tried to talk to him at that point. I seen him standing there. He refused to talk to him, so didn't have nothing to go on there. So the officers believed it was part of an incident that happened about a week prior at a different complex, same area. Where another 14 to 16 rounds, I think they reported, were shot. A male was struck at that point. Mr. White was known or claimed to be involved in that one too. Didn't want to cooperate on that one. And then just local calls for service. Got some unlawful carrying of weapons. Another shooting incident where he or his buddy were accidentally shot together. I don't remember if Mr. White was a victim on that one or if his buddy was, but nobody wanted to talk on that one either, explain what happened.
So is it fair to, and give the judge some idea of the time frame we're talking about? How far back does it go as far as him being essentially on the radar of law enforcement?
So everything picks up around 2020, year 2020.
All right, 2020, up to present day.
24.
24. And what, if any, information do you have with regard to this defendant's either ties or gang affiliation or links to certain individuals there in the community?
So as association, we don't have a gang unit, so the intelligence is kind of thin, but the people he's associated with, some notable figures, they're all involved in violence. A lot of shootings where it's almost indiscriminate. It seems like that group, nobody in particular, just doesn't care if anybody gets shot or gets hurt. And there's zero cooperation with law enforcement. There's all the information that's obtained is either from witnesses who don't know what's going on. They just say what they saw, or nobody wants to get involved directly. So inner beefs, street rivalries, or whatever it is, it's almost mass chaos at times, it seems like.
And fair to say that this defendant has essentially been on the periphery or somehow tangentially involved in a lot of this, for lack of a better term, chaos there in Port Arthur.
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Any questions, Ms. Holmes?
Yes, Your Honor. How Detective Kidwell.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you mentioned a couple of instances. Would you agree that apparently you stated that Mr. White, you believe, has been involved with several incidents, but he has not been charged? with anything, that you were referring to from July of 2023 or January of 2024, is that correct?
No,
Okay, and so you obviously were not present, at any of these, instances that you, testified to, is that correct?
no,
Okay, so the information that you received would be information you've either received from other people in the community or officers who possibly may have, made reports at that time.
yes, ma'am, including the local system.
Right, and obviously, if there was something egregious or something that Mr. White did, that amounted to a crime, then you all obviously could file charges, is that correct?
Yes.
But none of that has been done?
No.
Okay. And you have no knowledge or any involvement as to the current case in which, we are here today for sentencing, is that correct?
I was involved on the federal level, but it didn't, that was declined on the federal side.
Right, but this current office is with Groves PD, you're not with Groves PD?
No,
Is
ma'am,
that
I'm
correct?
TFO and ATF, so.
Okay. All right, thank you, that's it.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Coleman?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection to the witness being excused?
No, Judge.
No, you're,
Thank you, Detective.
No further witnesses from the state, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Ms. Holmes, any witnesses?
Miss LaShawn Robertson?
Okay. Good morning, ma'am. If you'll please raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can have a seat. You can sit right up here where he was. And if you'll just kind of pull that microphone closer to you and make sure you speak loudly and clearly where we can all hear you. And if it's a yes or a no question, be sure to say yes or no and not just a head nod or an uh-huh so the court reporter can take it down.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you. Could you state your name for the record?
Carvilla Sean Robertson.
Okay, and Ms. Robertson, are you the mother of Jalen White?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you understand we're here today, it's for a sentencing hearing in regards to Jalen, in which he pled guilty to the offense of possessing a prohibited weapon.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, you probably know Jalen better than anybody in this courtroom, but if you could let the court know as far as the support that Jalen has and what you all intend to help him with so that he can thrive to complete probation.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Jalen, he's very loving. I'm gonna be honest. He just chose the wrong path. You know, want to follow the boys, and, you know, do what the guys do. But he's really from a loving family, and he has a very strong support system. He has relatives all over that's willing to help Jalen, to get him on the right track, do whatever he needs to do to obey the law, and to continue to strive and be the young man that I know and his family knows that he can become.
Yes, ma'am. Now, obviously, you just testified in regards to he got off hanging with the wrong crowd, which has obviously led him to where we are today.
Yes, ma'am.
But with that understanding now that he's been in custody for quite some time, that he is willing to make that change to get on the right track. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you understand that we are asking the court to give Jalen the chance of deferred probation, meaning if he was to successfully complete probation, then this case would be dismissed. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that Jalen does not have any felony convictions at this time.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay, now, where do you reside?
I reside in Fort Arthur.
In Port Arthur,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And Jalen, does he also, is that where he resides as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is it correct in my understanding that prior to incarceration, Jalen obtained a TWIC card?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that he can work and be a laborer in the refineries, things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is it your understanding that a conviction, obviously a felony conviction could affect that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm aware.
Okay. Is it true that Jalen also has 2 young children?
Yes, ma'am, he does. He has a boy and a girl.
Okay, and does he, prior to going into custody, does he provide for those children, and are you all involved, with raising those children?
Well, when Jalen is working, he is active in his kid's life, and he does try to provide the best way he can when he is working for his
Okay.
kids.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Now, you also understand that if, Jalen is given this opportunity, he is to absolutely have no firearms around him, even the people that he are around in the household. It does say, if anyone in your household, if there is a firearm, would you be willing to either get rid of it or make sure it's stored in a place in
Yes,
which he
ma'am.
does not have access?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything, additional that you would like for the court to know?
No, I just want you to give him a chance. He's really a good kid. He just chose the wrong path. Like I said, he has, everybody has a mean streak in him, but he's harmless. It's just when he feels like for him or his family is, in danger, that's anybody that, but for the most part, he's a good kid. And he has a very strong support system. And we will do whatever we have to do to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow way.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass it with Ms. Sherman.
Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Coleman?
Yes, Your Honor, please. Morning, Ms. Robertson. I just have just a few questions for you. You understand that your son, the defendant, Mr. Jalen White, has pled guilty to possessing a firearm that has or was outfitted with what's called a Glock switch. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And do you understand how a Glock switch works?
I'm not too familiar with the firearms.
But would you disagree with me if I told you that a Glock switch enables a regular firearm to fire as a fully automatic weapon? Would you disagree with that?
No.
Okay. And you mentioned that your son was quote unquote harmless. Would you agree with me that a firearm that has been outfitted to fire indiscriminately and fully automatically, that's not harmless?
Right, it's not harmless.
And you would understand and you would agree that while you say that he has a support system in place, that he's been arrested for at least 10 offenses, correct?
Correct.
And he's only, what, 21, 22 years old?
Yeah, he's only 22, but once again, we're not aware of everything that Jalen does. When Jalen does what Jalen does, his family isn't aware. And when he is in trouble, I do my best to try to tell him, take care of your business, son. Do what you have to do.
And I don't doubt that, Ms. Robinson. You understand that at 21 or 22, that Jalen is an adult, right?
Yes, sir, I do understand that.
And that he is responsible for the decisions that he makes, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that the decisions that he's made have led him here today.
Correct. Yes, sir.
That's what it is.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Holmes?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Robertson. You can step down.
In this hearing, the court examined the background and sentencing considerations of Jalen White, a 22-year-old defendant who pled guilty to possessing a prohibited firearm equipped with a Glock switch, effectively making it fully automatic. While the defendant had no prior felony convictions, law enforcement testimony revealed multiple prior incidents involving gunfire in his community, dating back to 2020. Although he was not charged in most of these prior cases, the pattern of non-cooperation and associations with violent individuals framed a concerning backdrop for the judge. The court heard testimony from Mr. Coleman, a federal law enforcement officer, outlining the defendant's repeated involvement or peripheral association with multiple shooting incidents in Port Arthur. Coleman emphasized the chaotic nature of the defendant's social environment, noting connections to individuals engaged in indiscriminate gun violence. Importantly, Coleman confirmed that no formal charges arose from these past events, limiting the legal consequences to the current weapon possession case. The defense presented testimony from the defendant's mother, Shawn Robertson, highlighting the defendant's strong family support and efforts to rehabilitate. She stressed that Jalen was a loving father and desired to follow a lawful path, emphasizing that the defendant's mistakes stemmed from poor influences rather than inherent malice. Robertson requested a chance for deferred probation, which would allow Jalen to avoid a conviction if he successfully completed probation. Judge Raquel West faces a difficult balancing act, weighing the defendant's youth, family support, and first-time felony status against a disturbing pattern of prior violent incidents and possession of a weapon capable of indiscriminate harm. The decision underscores broader judicial stakes, including community safety, deterrence of repeat offenses, and the potential for rehabilitation. A lenient ruling could allow a troubled young adult a chance at reform, whereas a harsh sentence would reinforce accountability and serve as a warning to other offenders. Ultimately, the case highlights the tension between mercy and justice. The judge must carefully consider whether probation aligns with public safety and legal precedent, or if a more severe sentencing outcome is necessary to protect the community and deter future violence.